family and friends. Today, Training Up comes your way with yet another fantastic skill. This one, we are really running you through from the scratch, from where we had the materials involved, through to our finishing point, whereby we create a fabulous fascinator. We give credit to Mrs. Darcy, who has allowed and permitted us to use her own to teach it from scratch. So we have our cinnamon. So this is cinnamon. When we say cinnamon, this is cinnamon. This is the cinnamon material that we are using. The color is called champagne gold. We got it from Accra, from the shopping malls in Accra. Then this is a millinery wire. We have our scissors, we have our stiffener, we have our UHU gum, we have our nylon, then we have our block. This is what we use to block the fascinator. Stay with me as I run you through the process. You also need pins. So we also need these pins. Along the line we will need a paper tape, a masking tape. So since you are being run through the process, please follow through. Alright, we also need a brush. Alright, thank you. Okay, so I want to lay down the cinnamon. Right now I want to block the cinnamon, the fascinator. I'm blocking the fascinator. So this is my mold. So looking at the mold, it looks as if at least this portion of the cinnamon will do. Now it doesn't pay to waste the cinnamon, so we have to make sure we really use it well. Hello my fans, before we block the cinnamon, I want some biases to be made out of this very cinnamon. So I want to cut out the biases first, because we will need the biases for decorations as we go along decorating the fascinator. So I'm cut. So in wanting a bias, you fold the material into a triangle form. So you can see that after even finishing cutting, you get a triangle. You see, that's a triangle for you. I want more of the biases before I start. Because of the length of the bias I need, I have to make sure I get my maximum bias from this as possible. The millinery work, it also demands creativity. Alright, this is now, I'll keep it, so you will see what we do for it with it in the hours to come. Now I come to the main reason why we are here with the mold. So now I lay my mold on it. So at least this one can inform me as to where I can confidently, so I can do something like this, because when I'm blocking, the thing should cover the whole of the block, the mold. So at least it means that it will reach. Okay, you have to be careful. All right, so at least this dimension will do for me when I cut the distance away from the main mold. And with the cinnamon, there are certain lines on it that will inform you as to how to cut it on a very straight line. Follow it as you go along. All right, thank you. Now, having had this square, or it's kind of square shaped, I will need to get my basin of water. I want to, this cinnamon already contains some kind of stiffener inside, so I want to make the cinnamon quite easy to handle. So I will leave it in the water for a while before I start blocking. So as it is in the water, that is where I'll need my nylon. I need my nylon in here to block my cinnamon. Cover it. I'll just push my mold inside the nylon. There we go. As I'm doing it, it will just take the form and the shape of the mold. And I have to make sure I tie it very tight. Okay. After having covered my mold with the nylon, I need an oil base to smear over the nylon. The purpose or the reason is to avoid the cinnamon material that we will block onto the mold from sticking onto the mold, especially after it is left in the sun and we are about to remove it. It makes it very easy to remove, to detach it from the mold. Let me add a little oil again. That's an oil base. Okay. Now, to avoid the cinnamon, that is the water from the cinnamon from getting onto the cloth, with the aid of a tray, we will try to block it. So there we go. Since I cut it in two pieces, I have my two pieces. Now, the fascinator comes out very, very well when it is blocked diagonally. So you see, it would have been this if it's a square, but you turn it a bit, so diagonally you block it. You put the pieces together, then you put it onto your. It's also a form of getting it straight, well straight. Now, don't forget your north, south, east, and west compass directions that you were taught at school. It really helps a great deal. So cinnamon and placing the pins to make sure the shape of the mold is intact. Now the use of the stiffener becomes prominent over here. So we apply the stiffener. The stiffener will help in the bonding and the taking of the shape of the fascinator. I don't want the stiffener to get wasted, and it should be pushed, it should be factored into the tips, the tips of the base. I don't want the stiffener to be wasted, so after it draining onto the cinnamon block mold, I'll pour it back onto the bottle. So we have finished using it. Now we are sending the mold onto the sun. We're going to place it to the sun. So I just have to pour this water away. So I'm sending it. I just need the sun to dry it faster and make it very hard. So I'm sending it outside. You may have to also make sure that the cinnamon blocked, which is blocked now, and we are placing on the inside the sun, has a very nice place to be. So there we go with our block mold with cinnamon covered on it in the sun. Okay, so when it dries, we'll get you informed. Thank you. Alright, we blocked our fascinator onto the mold. We placed it in the sun. Now, realizing that it was dried, we have removed it from the sun. So let's turn it and see all the pins that earlier on we placed around the circumference of the mold, which was dotted around it, has been removed. The excess cut. So what is now left is to detach the cinnamon that is now dried from the mold. So you will need our millinery wire from here. This one is the discarded pieces that we cut from the circumference of the mold. This is the time we will need our millinery wire. So what we have to do here right now, we need to have a millinery wire that can secure the circumference of our cinnamon base. Now it has become a base now, so we can mark here as the starting point. With the aid of this black thing, I can put it here so that it can serve as a guide. and place something in here to serve as a guide as to where I started from, or I can mark it with a pen. So this black thing to show me where I started from. I just want to know where to cut. So I'll go around it. Alright. Or better still, you can just put the masking tape somewhere. That one will not remove, so at least that will serve as a guide as to where my millinery wire started from. Yeah, we'll push the millinery wire inside there. Okay, or at least somewhere here. I'm not sure. I'll use my cutter to cut. Okay. I haven't cut it. I'll just, this one I don't need it anymore. I'll concentrate over here. I need the millinery wire to form a circumference. A circumference, something like a circle. So to be sure, I want to so this is where I place the masking tape, just a guide to help me go around it one more time to be sure that the millinery wire will form a perfect circumference. You add a little more so that the overlapping area can take care of it. So this is the extra. So you see that's overlapping. So with the aid of a masking tape, I'll hold the ends together. There's the masking tape that I've generated. The two ends of the millinery wire which I want to hold together. So, okay, you have to be careful because the tips of the wire are quite sharp. The intention is to get a circumference of the same size as the circumference of our fascinator base. Fascinator base. Have to make sure they are well fitted together with the aid of the masking tape. And alright, haven't done that, you want to slide it. So now this thing, and slide it inside. You have to be careful. Okay, there goes our millinery wire. It's now inside the base. It's all secured in there. We have done it. Okay, that's biases out of the cinnamon that we're trying to bring this mold out of it. This is the bias now that we have use for it. So having pushed the millinery wire inside the circumference of the tip of the fascinator base, we need to make sure the ends are quite sharp. We make sure there is a neat finishing for the ends, keeping it intact inside the fascinator base. Okay, let me see. So this is one of my biases. Let me keep this here side. So I have to, when you get it like this, we are trying to form bias and put it around the tip of. Anytime you get it like this, you stretch the cinnamon. I hope you see what I'm doing. Stretch it. Stretch the cinnamon. Let me keep my mold intact. You have to be very careful with our molds. So stretching it, stretching it, and stretching it, and stretching it. Alright. Now my UHV gun comes handy over here. It has started coming out. Oh wow. I don't want to waste it though. Oh dear. Wasted your time. Okay. So I'll create my bias. I just want to create a bias out of it. Now it's supposed to be just 4 minutes. Okay. You can decide to shell. It overlaps with both ends of the bias. Sorry. So I'm still applying my UH glue and just secure the overlaps. So they are well glued. And they are even too. So by now should get a bias at the same level. Okay, so as I indicated, we need to place inside. We'll go around it. Alright, so let me start. There's an overlap inside. Let's cut it off with the aid of my UH gum. I have my bias around the circumference. Note, the UH gum comes by itself, so there is no need you pressing it. Now it's coming with a very forceful speed. Okay, so let me hold on with it and try to manage it where I okay. So you go around it, you can tiny shell, whatever you have done. All secured. With the aid of your hand, Be pressing it gently. Make sure the glue, the yellow sugar, has formed a very well bonding. This is very necessary in seeing to the finishing of our work. Make sure that the UHU gum does a perfect work for you. My motive is to make sure the bias is well fitted inside the cinnamon base. It will dry over time and get a perfect finishing. Okay, now this is our well finished fascinator base. So in your shot is exactly the fascinator that Mrs. Darcy needs. I've tried to zoom in. We are now coming to do the biases and the decorations on top of the cinnamon base. Come along. I hope you've seen it. Okay. So in your shirt is what finally the end product will be. Thank you. Okay, so at this moment I want to show you some of my works. Trendy Up does fascinators. So these are some of our lovely, stunning fascinators. We do bridal fans too. Do not hesitate to call on us on 02082450003. Please prefix this with +233. Thank you. We do beads, beaded accessories, decor, training. Count on us. Thank you. Now let's concentrate on designing our cinnamon base. Thanks for watching. Come along. Normally I like fascinators like this. I want to rock it for you to see. Oh, how do I look? Give me your comments. Oh, I believe you love it. Go trendy. Go trendy. Yeah. All right. So we have a few biases made. Almost everything that we need is done. So we need a headband too. Normally it's good to find a very good position for it inside the base. If we have to stick it, we need to attach it very well. At times even you need to thread, make sure we apply a thread inside so that it is firmly gripped into the fascinator base. Okay, so as it unfolds, you see how it goes. Now we realize with the design that my client needs, there is a strip. So there we go. Can I zoom in? So this strip, you see it. Okay, let me reduce it a bit. This very strip. So I will use here. Then cut the strip with the bias inside. And please put the phone down so that so it goes like an 8. Curve it this way. We curve it that way. It gets your design. So you stay tuned as we still shape the fascinator to how my client wants it to be. With the adornments, we realize there are some kind of flowers in there that we need to situate these flowers. So as we go along, we'll be doing it. Stay tuned. So my trendies, in order to secure the headband onto the fascinator base, I want to first apply my needle first. I don't under any circumstance want to remove, so I want to secure it firmly. That too, you need to make sure it has a very neat finishing. After that, we will emboss the design. matter the occasion, no matter what. Find it worthwhile to give your clients a very, 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 very well done all right. Having done that, I'll cut the excess thread so we can check inside. Very neat. This is delicate in the base, so make sure you don't get it crumpled. How to hold it very, very well as you do it. You can get a phone for yourself. It will help you to track all your needles. Alright. So I'll emboss the design onto it over here. Okay, fascinator, scenery fascinator is gradually advancing. Oh, glory be to God. He lives forever. Hello, trendies. So when we look at the picture of our client in here, perhaps we can zoom in. You know, it has some bead pointers, golden bead pointers. Then it had some flowers. So you see, I've tried to make. I'm showing them. So these are it. I'll slot them, position them as to how it is. Okay, but I'm doing that with the aid of a glue gun. So just the tip that I'll need to slot. There it goes. Then I'll position it well. I want to make sure it will not remove, so applying more glue gun.